I started out with bad gear, but I snowballed my way up to victory, getting a few good legendaries in the process. I didn't record this game with Mike, so I recorded this voiceover. Found this nice structure to loot. I didn't get much things from it, but at least I got books, so this is a great structure to loot if you want an e-table. Made some skeleton leggings to survive all the mobs, because skeleton leggings are a must-have when you're doing structure hopping. I managed to get a god apple, which is really nice for healing, and it definitely came in clutch later on in the game. When I only have 2 diamonds, I always make an e-table instead of making a diamond sword, because having protection, now that the iron armor is slightly buffed, it is always better to make an e-table than just a diamond sword. This fight, my hands were cold, so my aim was absolutely atrocious, but I'm lucky this guy was a 1.8 PvPer, because he was just spam clicking and that does no damage in the newer versions. But that fight was absolutely atrocious. So this game was a massive snowballing game because I didn't have much gear. I did have a god apple, but my gear was really bad, so I did snowball a lot. But a good skill to have is to know what fights to take and what fights to not take, especially at 0-0 when there's tons of people. So I looked over this hill and I saw 2 people fighting, so I went in for the third party. I looked at tab and I saw that one guy, the guy closest to me, was on 8. So while I'm making all my stuff, I'm very cautious to see if this player is sneaking up on me, because cleaners are incredibly common. See, I was just enchanting. I got very lucky with sharpness books, so I was able to make sharp 3 later, but I was watching and right in front of me I could see 2 people fighting, so I went to try and go clean that. Third partying is incredibly useful, because you take fights with people that are almost guaranteed to be on lower health than you are, and you usually can get some gear anyway. So this guy had Magma Club and I really wanted it. So there's a person behind me bow spamming and he was on 8, but he managed to get away. Here I wanted to bait this guy into melee fighting, but he just bow spammed, and it was a really bad choice because I got so drained. Because I lost so much health, I had to eat the god apple. And again, you have to be very vigilant watching for players around you. So I was going to go in the nether, but I saw 3 players. One just died to the Ravager. And so I hit them both just to see their health. But I saw the Magma Club on the floor, so I went and grabbed that. The Magma Club is a super strong legendary. It's easy to craft, and its base damage is a diamond sword. When holding it, you don't take fire damage. The guy who died luckily also had pots, and because I was on low health and not very good gear, I just decided to drink the pots immediately. I went back in for a fight because he was on 8, so he was really low. But I heard a player behind me, and this guy was stacked, so I was pretty scared of him. But then I saw the other guy coming in, and I knew there was a small chance he was going to target me and not the guy who was half diamond. But he wasn't taking fire damage, and then he eats another god apple. So I'm not taking that fight. He can easily 2v1 us both, and Mansif came back in to try and clean the fight. Here the full iron died, and I wanted to try and clean and get some of the loot. So I managed to chase him away from the stuff. I completely missed the Ravager Horn, which sucked. Which it would have been really useful to grab it there, but I didn't get it. Missed a few bow shots. And again, wanted to go third party. There's 4 players there, and I went for this guy because he was running away. He was bow spamming and he didn't see me at all, so I got the easy drop. That guy dropped so fast, and this was a really good kill because I got a head and I got gaps. So healing I desperately needed. The stack guy was coming back, but I wanted to grab the nuggets before he did. He was low, and I don't think he had much healing. So, but I'm making sure to heal up because I know he has good gear. I was nervous taking this fight just because he was so stacked, so my aim went completely out the window. At least I still had resistance and strength, so I was able to get the kill after eating a G-head. I got all the diamond armor, and I missed the Ravager Horn again. I just did not see it. From this Ares I got a nice insta-2. I ended up drinking that before deathmatch just to heal back to full. Now I finally use those books I got and make sharp 3 magma club. And when I came back to the loot, I saw the Ravager Horn and grabbed it. This is, in my opinion, the best deathmatch to have because you are guaranteed healing. Unless there's a lot of players near you, but you're mostly guaranteed at least 1 or 2 chests. So I managed to get 4 more gaps from mid chest. This guy was my main opponent because I was scared of him. I saw he got 4 kills with that emerald blade, so I was worried about its sharpness. He also had mace, so I just decided to not take that fight right now and run away. I really wanted to get this full iron kill so I could heal from it. I hotkeyed when I was supposed to bow, but then I went to fight Bactix and he was low and I chased him off the gear, so I managed to get the head. I fought Bactix again, and I don't think his armor was very good because he took so much damage. He was on 20 here, and then after only a couple crits, he was on 9, and I forced him to eat the G-head. And then, as I run back to heal, I see the other player is fighting him, which is really good for me because they were both taking border damage and draining themselves. So, and while I was just sitting inside the border healing. And then Bactix has no situational awareness, and he runs straight back into me, and then blamed me, says we're teaming. But I was running out, I didn't want to get into a 1v1v1. Yeah, he called me a teamer. Then they start fighting again, because I think the other guy thought he was a threat. They start fighting again. I bow Bactix, and I realize that he's really low. And then he's going to die anyway, so I'm critting out medicinal purpose, so that when Bactix dies, he's a little bit low also. I managed to get the kill and the gaps, and then I'll let you see what happens next.